This is FanStream Sports.
Can I please have your attention? And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
The following program is recommended for mature individuals and may contain material unsuitable for morons, cretins, and dishwipes. If you are a moron, please turn off your radio, because we don't need any more stupid, narrow-minded, pencil-necked geeks who wouldn't know the First Amendment if it came up and bit them on the butt. Thank you.
Yes! Here we go!
I guess I want to take this opportunity to tell you a little bit about my pants.
Oh, yeah. Welcome into the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim Show. That show that you happen to be here for. Thank God for you. And we're here. Thank God for us. And so with all that getting together, how about you comment down below, like, subscribe, do all the things that you need to do. Look, every time you comment down below anywhere, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on Facebook, whatever, we're going to try and communicate with you. And so you be a part of the show, and that also helps us out. So help us out. Do the thing. If you're listening to the recorded podcast and you want to do the same thing, help us out and communicate, well, we'll still communicate with you. You can use the FanStream Sports text line. That is 214-937-0569. Do that. Use that. And we're getting right into the show as I am Colby Sapp, and the guy over there bobbing his head, not even staring at his camera to let you know that he's here. It's one IndyCar Tim. What's up, Tim?
Hello, Colby. Do you read me?
I do read you. Look, we've got a fantastic show for you guys tonight. We're going to go over a couple of Facebook rumors. Marvel had a big release of a lot of things hitting us with, including spoiling some of their upcoming movies with their release. And then I found out they're remaking, rebooting, or redoing a movie that we all know and love. And I want to get y'all's thoughts on that, as well as some other things going on, as we've got a little look into what possibly could be the Cowboys draft prospects. We're going to get into that. Tim wants to do a segment about things you'd want instead of fingers. This is weird. It's really weird. I've got your famous people's birthdays with the good, bad, and the ugly, and I also have news and notes. But before we get into all of that, I don't know how many people here play the game Grand Theft Auto. I did put a post up, but this is kind of my luck with video games. So this is the final day of a double pay on a certain mission. Okay? And until tomorrow it changes.
All right.
This afternoon, I got home right before I came up here to the studio, and I was like, all right, I'm going to run this mission one more time. And I did. It's been available all week to do.
Oh, Colby.
And this last time, I found a shortcut that basically cuts, 10 minutes off of the final mission that I could have been doing. And I find it last day of the update.
Oh, Colby.
I did put a post up, by the way. And for those that do play GTA, it is the Titan job, which today's the last day of it being double pay. But on the final mission, if you take the second mogul over to the military base, the laser spawns there. So instead of trying to shoot it down with a World War II plane, the big Titan, the AC-130, you can use a jet with explosive machine guns. Don't use the homing missiles. Use the explosive machine guns, and the Titan falls rather quickly, like almost instantaneously. So just a little tidbit out there. But after I posted that, by the way, now YouTube is telling me about all these people that found it out before me.
But YouTube didn't tell you about it
until after
you told YouTube about it.
Yes. Jackasses. So, but fantastic show. I don't know if we should wait very long, because I'm sure people are on bated breath, because we do have other things to get to in the sports report. But
Colby, I can preempt the sports report, because I have something for you.
You do?
Yeah. We'll hold off Dak trade talk.
Okay.
For 30 minutes or so. Because I felt on Monday night what I have now categorized in my long life as the third worst physical pain I have ever felt in my life. And look, I've been through a bunch of stuff.
By the way, this is the first time hearing of this?
Yeah.
So this is how well we communicate?
Well, I did that on purpose.
Okay. Saving it for the show, huh?
Saving it for the show.
All right.
That's what we we don't even tease each other with show stuff. We just splurge out and we just go. So Monday night was trash night. We got to trash out for Tuesday morning. I go out, take my 4 regular trash dumpsters and the 1 recycling to the street.
Oh, you recycle.
Well, we have to. I mean, I have to at least put it out so they pick it up because I pay for it. But we just mix all the trash up. Like, nobody pays attention. It all goes to the same place anyway.
Right.
And so my trash dumpsters get put out, like, by the mailbox. And I'm like, oh, I have not checked my mail in a couple of days. So it's dark. It's about 11 o'clock at night Monday.
Side note, my mailman effing hates me because it's like a month before I realize that, oh, yeah.
It's full.
Yeah.
Can't put anything in it. So I go out, open the thing, just reach my hand in there, and I'm all grabbing stuff, fold it up neatly, put it in my hand. I'm walking back up to the door. As I reach for the door, it feels like something has stabbed me through the hand.
Oh, dear.
And I hear this. I swear to God, it sounded like a pterodactyl. It was so loud.
Uh-huh.
I immediately threw the mail down, and it's dark. I don't even have a porch light on. It's just dark. And cussed about as loud as I could possibly cuss, to the point that a neighbor came over to check on me a little bit later because he heard me cussing outside. I run to the kitchen, cold water. That's all I know. And it feels like there is a knife, a Bowie knife through my hand, and someone's twisting it.
Uh-huh.
And I'm thinking, man, I've been stung before by everything. Scorpions. It didn't hurt this bad.
Right.
And it was a constant. It wasn't like it hurt really bad at first, and then after about 5 minutes, it's going. Dude, this was to the point that I was in tears. And I almost drove myself to the ER. It hurt that bad. Because I didn't know what it was. I didn't see anything. I knew it flew because I heard it flying away after it impaled my hand.
Right.
But so that was Monday night. Look at my hand.
Holy, that's, it's stuffed full of things.
This hand right there is just like, and I got stung right here. Not on the back. Right there. See that little white spot?
Yeah.
That's where the stinger went in. And it's still there because I can't find it to get it out.
The stinger.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it is if the stinger fell off of whatever stung me. But I'm telling you, for a good full 2 hours, it was almost unbearable pain. And I've been stung by wasps, hornets, yellow jackets, scorpions, all of it, dude. And it has never hurt this. I don't know if it's the spot, kind of on the meat of your thumb right there.
Right.
But, dude, it was excruciating. And so the next day, I'm telling this story on the J.P. Peterson Show, FanStream Sports, Monday through Friday, 10 to noon Eastern. And then as I'm telling the story in my head, I'm sort of pulling out all the file cabinets of physical pain.
Right.
And I realized I'm ranking this third on my all-time list of physical pain. And keep in mind, I've been stabbed 5 times.
More times than I've been stabbed.
More times than you've been stabbed. And you have been stabbed in Sunday school.
Correct.
My favorite Colby story. Colby got stabbed in Sunday school. I got stabbed by a hooker. We need to, cross stories one day.
Right. I got stabbed by a hooker in Sunday school.
I bet you yours ended up being a hooker. Stabbed you. Mel Gigolo.
Probably.
So I would put number 2 on my list, Colby, when I blew out my ACL, MCL, LCL, and my left knee when I was about 24 playing roller hockey.
That's a lot of...
Because every single person that was on the rink, and we were outside on a little purpose-built roller hockey rink, there were probably 30 people around on the boards. Every single person told me they heard the pop. And I felt it, and that was excruciating pain.
I can imagine.
And then it hurt even more when they tried to pull my skate off of that leg. Like,
Ooh.
yeah, while it's just blowing up. But by far, and it's not close, the worst physical pain I have ever felt in my life was the kidney stone incident of 2018. The kidney stone that I named Nolan Ryan. I don't remember why I named him Nolan Ryan, but my kids to this day still refer anytime, like when this happened, they were like, that isn't worse than Nolan Ryan. Like they know. But I had to have that surgically removed through my pee-pee.
Okay.
Thankfully, I was asleep at the time. But I had to walk after that, walk around in a catheter for a week.
Ow.
Yeah. And if you got hard with a catheter in your pee-pee,
no, I don't.
you know what would happen?
No, I don't want to know, Tim.
It would hurt even more.
I don't really. No.
But, dude, it's still painful. And you can see how swollen it is. Like, I'm concerned. Like, I'm not allergic to anything stinging me. At least I haven't been. I don't know what would have stung me that the wings would flutter like that sounded like a freaking pterodactyl flying away. I never saw it. And I'm just wondering, like, how long do I wait with this swelling in my hand? Because I can feel it going up my arm. Like, I can feel stiffness in my arm up to about right here.
Okay.
And it's warm, from, I guess, infection and stuff, right?
Yes.
Like, the bottom of my forearm right here above where my wrist is warm.
That's bad.
So, how long do I wait? If there's any doctors or nurses or people that play those on TV, how long should I wait before I go to the doctor about said... I don't know. I don't want to say it's an infection, but I guess it is, right? Or is there just stinger venom just flowing through my hand and my arm? Because I'm not sure. I don't know what to do with all of that. And I don't have a woman in my life to tell me what to do. That's why it's a little concerning.
Okay, so could it? All right, so I'm trying to find out what it could have been.
Dude, I've Googled. I've talked to people in the neighborhood on our Facebook neighborhood group and showed it to them and explained what it felt like. And they're like, no, man, if it's just a bee or a wasp or something, like, yeah, it hurts.
Right.
But, dude, it's uncomfortable. But, dude, I've never had anything that hurt sting me. And I got stung like when I was 12 or 13 in the eyeball by a wasp.
Ow.
And that didn't hurt this bad. That was fun getting the stinger out of my eyeball, too, by the way. My dad had a heyday with that.
Okay, so it's not a murder hornet.
Oh, are they big?
Because they're apparently not in Texas.
And there's no, like, nest in my mailbox, so he was just in there hanging out, spending the night inside my mailbox. There's no nest. There's nothing else.
And it's a sting. So when you described it as like, did you get bit by a bat? Because when you described it fluttering away.
Yeah. I mean, it sounded really loud, but I didn't see anything.
So you've been stung by a hornet before?
Yeah.
Like the big yellowtail?
Yeah. It didn't hurt this bad.
Because hornets suck.
Yeah. And I mean, I've heard those fly before. It sounded like a bird flying away from me.
Because what you're describing, I can't Google.
Turn Safe Search off.
It's never on. It's my phone.
Okay, good.
I don't want the images covered up in case I'm looking for something specific.
Right. Yeah, and I have no idea, but dude, it sucked. I barely slept Monday night.
So, worst stinging insects.
Like, and there's like normally when a wasp or something stings you and the stinger stays in, like it's still exposed on top of the skin a little bit. Like you can pull it out with tweezers. Dude, I can't see anything at all. I can't feel anything inside me. But, dude, all that freaking venom or poison or whatever it is going up my arm. Like my wrist is swollen.
At up to 2 inches long, tarantula hawks, some of the largest wasps in North America, and can be found in many parts of Texas. The females use their powerful stingers to paralyze tarantulas as part of their reproductive cycle. Tarantula hawks are infamous for the excruciating pain caused by their sting.
I've never heard of a tarantula hawk.
apparently they're in Texas. So what to do when get stung?
Holy mother of God. Are you looking at pictures of these?
Yes.
Dude, those wings will flutter. Look how big that effer is.
Are stung by a...
Holy moly. Dude, I bet that's what it was. Huh. That's... So it tried to mate with my hand. Did it think it was a tarantula?
Uh-huh.
Well, those tarantulas don't stand a chance. Dude, because my thumb in my hand was numb for about 2 hours after it happened.
Experts agree that the best way to handle the sting of a tarantula hawk is to lay down and scream.
I did a little bit of that. I'm not going to lie. Should I put a picture of these tarantula hawks up on the screen for everyone?
Okay. The tarantula hawk venom has relatively low toxicity.
Okay, well then there's something else in my hand.
How long does a tarantula hawk venom last?
Because it's noticeably swollen. And unless it lasts for a week, I'm going to the doctor.
The pain from a... Okay, that's a bullet ant.
What are all these things? I've never heard of these things.
Okay, they say that the tarantula hawk wasp usually only aggravates the unlucky victim for 5 minutes, so that's not it.
No, but I just found the most terrifying picture I've seen maybe ever, Colby. I'm putting this on the screen. As here's the description. A tarantula hawk spider wasp dragging a giant huntsman spider to its nest.
Uh-huh.
That looks like something out of Alien.
It does, except the face hugger's the one getting F.
Right. I wonder if a tarantula hawk could kill one of those, a face hugger.
I mean...
Tell me how terrifying that looks to you.
You've been known as a face hugger before.
I've been hugging lots of things with my face.
Mm-hmm.
Is that where we were going with that?
I don't know if that's where we were going with that, but
That's where I went.
that's where we ended up. There, that is. You...
Yeah, I don't know, man, but it's like, I mean, you see it. Like, it's like...
Not unless, I guess maybe it's not usual for the tarantula hawk to lodge its stinger into you, and maybe this one got lodged. Maybe that's what's causing the constant pain. Is it still there? I
don't know, man.
I don't know. I'm having sympathy hand pains for you now because all I'm doing is
Rubbing
just
your hands together?
rubbing my hands together. Like mine are still fine.
Yeah.
See?
Show off.
Hey, look at this.
Freaking Colby showing his well hands off.
Yeah, look, they're fine. They're okay.
Must be rough.
Good God. So, if anybody has any idea what Tim got stung by, yeah, let us know if you have a thought, because we ventured down the tarantula hawk,
We have.
wasp, whatever the hell that is, a regular hornet. He says it's not. Regular hornets suck, by the way.
Like, look at the size of that.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Colby, I might die.
I mean, you got penetrated, Tim.
Oh, man, I did. I didn't have to pay for it.
No.
But I regret it, like
Yeah.
most of the other times.
Yeah.
Notice I said most.
Most of the other times that you've gotten penetrated, you've only regretted it a few times.
Yeah, not all the times.
Okay.
Some of the, it just depends on the situation and the person and the love that you feel.
No. Anytime that anybody suggests that should happen, they get a no.
You're just out?
Yeah, I'm just out.
Struggling.
No.
Well, here's the difference between me and you, Colby.
I love to party.
I love to party.
Yeah. No party I've ever been a part of involved penetration. In fact, if on the advertisement for the party that I got, it's called a penetration party.
Yeah.
I think I may be out just on.
You're not going?
Just what happens if?
What if you're the pitcher?
Yeah, but what if I don't want to penetrate the catcher?
Penetrate. What if you don't get along with the catcher?
Yeah. They're throwing me signs. I'm shaking them off. Then I just have to walk out.
He's just saying, throw me the fastball.
Speaking of which, Major League Baseball is going to get started up here pretty quick. But before we get to sports and all the stuff that is involved with sports,
How did we get here?
we're here now because of murder hornets, bullet ants, and tarantula hawks. It's now time for me to ask Tim. Hey, Tim.
Hey, Colby.
What day is it today, bud?
I'm really glad you asked.
How are you?
I'm struggling to maintain my composure here. Their 2023 calendar I haven't fixed yet.
You should just stop putting that up there. You really should.
It's funny now.
Is it?
It is. It has to be 2027, and we're still going to have a stupid 2023 calendar.
Yeah.
Colby, it's a day that I can appreciate.
All right.
Today because I've loved a lot of women in my life. Some of them
Have they loved you back?
Some of them have. It's even been consensual.
Oh, well.
A couple of times.
Right.
But I've dated women of all shapes and sizes, and today I would like to pay tribute to those of you who, and you know who you are. I won't mention names because Colby, it is Manatee Appreciation Day.
Huh.
It's that word you thought I was going with that.
It really wasn't. It really wasn't.
Manatee Appreciation Day. You're all beautiful in your own way.
Huh.
And they all need loving, Colby. Even actual manatees from the ocean need loving.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I might be out on that. If they show up at penetration parties, I'm probably out.
What did one whale say to the other whale?
What?
Hey, you want to go hunt back at my place?
By the way, I call that band name Penetration Party. Oh, Lord. Colby, it's a day that I'm not sure if I'm in or out on. It's a thing I used to not ever in a billion years associate myself with. But over the years in my older age, I've come to appreciate it from time to time in the right situation. As it's National Spinach Day.
Oh,
Popeye eats spinach?
Popeye does eat spinach. Actually,
He eats that out of a can, though.
yes. In fact, he was the reason as a young lad that I sat in front of my TV and demanded that my mom buy a can of Popeye spinach, open
Really?
it, and hand it to me.
Really?
To which I then tried to consume as much of it as I could.
Did you do like
realizing
he did where you held the can way up here and it all just fell in your
I
mouth?
went in full bore. And at that time, I also realized I didn't like raw spinach out of a can.
Yeah.
It's
And it didn't make your arms go boom, boom, boom.
I was fully involved and ready to accept my Popeye powers, only to
Popeye powers.
be befuddled at the lack of good things that were happening in my mouth. Don't mark that.
Too late. Mark. Colby, it is National. Why do we? Okay, I feel like we're starting to get sponsored days now,
Okay.
as it is National Nike Air Max Day. The hell?
I mean,
And who do you pay?
what do you mean, who do you pay?
Like, if you want your day to be, it could be National Colby and Tim Day. Well, who do we give money to for that?
I don't know, maybe the website that has the days of that you're reading off.
All right.
I am not a shoe guy.
No, me neither.
It's just I am the guy that I can, unless I'm just looking for like a good pair of work boots or something along
Right.
that lines, I don't care, right?
Yeah, me neither.
Not a big shoe guy. But I respect the person that has that. That's
Sure.
their thing.
Sure.
That's their
Like
thing.
athletes that have thousands of pairs of shoes and stuff. And
That they just want their shoe game to be on the money. I guess I'm too much like whatever it is, the Shawshank Redemption, where her looks at a man's shoes.
Oh.
Yeah, that's pretty me. I pretty much me. I don't look at anybody's shoes. You have to point to your feet to go, look at my shoes for
Right.
me to go, okay,
Yeah, I'm not paying attention.
I don't care what you have on
I
your
mean, I
feet.
appreciate nice shoes,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to collect them. You know who's a shoe guy? That would blow your mind how many pairs of shoes this guy has?
Who's that?
Gani Gerber.
I can see that.
Like Air Jordans, never been out of the box.
Right. No, I can see that.
Just collection. When I helped him move, we had like 25 boxes that were just all sealed. They all said shoes. And I'm like, dude, where'd you get these boxes? And he's like, what do you mean? Well, who'd you get them from? Because whoever it was had a shit ton of shoes. And he's like, oh, no, those are mine. I'm like, what? Are you serious?
I mean, the shoe game is, you can make money off the shoe game now.
yeah.
You make a
If
lot
you
of,
want to.
yeah. I'm just not that guy.
Yeah, I just don't care. Colby, it is also National American Red Cross Giving Day.
So it's this is the day, if you were going to give to the Red Cross, you do it today.
Only today.
Only today. No other days. But today, if you ever thought, oh, man, I should give to the Red Cross.
And I'm starting to think these photos on this website that are associated with the days are AI generated, because there's a picture of a dude with a lifeguard shirt on that has a Red Cross on it. I don't think that's the same.
And that's the way everything's going. Everybody's going to AI generate. Pretty soon, we're just going to AI generate this show.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Probably be better.
Would be.
Hey, Siri, do the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim show.
And it just has me randomly laughing in the background while you get simple comic book movie and sports insights.
Oh, she's really trying to do it.
GTA 6 is coming. Daredevil. Born Again from the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim show.
What is he doing? Where did that come from? Stop. Hey, Siri, stop it. Confusing me. Colby, my phone's alive.
Yes, hit the pause button in the
What is it
middle.
doing?
Hit the pause button in the middle.
Did it start playing our show?
Yes. It was an AI generated version of our show.
It was better.
Yeah, it was better. It sounded better. Maybe we should play that. Just hold it up to the microphone as we walk away.
Can you imagine AI trying to reproduce your laugh?
Yeah,
It might be terrifying.
it might be. Still haven't got an answer on, because you had too much of a long description on what my laugh actually is.
Did I?
Yeah, you went into because I thought, is my laugh a cackle? And you're like, no, it's a da 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 da.
Oh, it's a combination of things.
It's like 8 different things.
It is. That's what makes it so unique and great. Colby, it is National Epilepsy Awareness / Purple Day. I guess a purple ribbon is the sign for epilepsy awareness.
Okay. Okay.
Except Tony Orlando advised us to tie a yellow ribbon around the old oak tree, not a purple ribbon.
Well, but go ahead and change it, right? Because
Well, what was yellow? We don't want to diss whatever yellow was. I can remember, you know what? I can remember when that song was popular and we had the hostages in Iran, 1977, 78, 79.
so far away.
And everybody put yellow ribbons on their front of their house to support the hostages. Did that mean you agree that they should be hostages?
No, you're trying to support their. I don't think so.
Release.
Yeah,
You want them home, right?
right. Because
I was
you
very
don't
confused as a kid.
you don't wear whatever color ribbon because you support cancer, right?
I can remember seeing a building one time that it said Cancer Research Center, and I was like, is that where they make cancer?
Yes.
Somebody should burn that building down.
Yeah, that's
It's bad.
just stand out front going, you
And you know
bastards.
what? Another thing that confused the hell out of young 6-7-year-old Tim was during the 70s when we had the gas shortage. They would always use the word crisis on the news. It was the fuel crisis, the gas crisis, and then sometimes they would say shortage. Well, then when the Iran hostages, they called it the Iran hostage crisis.
So you thought
I was like, wait, so there's a shortage of Iran hostages?
Yes.
They want more?
yes.
I was so, as a kid, I was so confused because I didn't know what crisis meant.
We got to send more people over.
I volunteer. I want to go to Iran. God, I was stupid.
Yeah.
Some things never change.
Truth.
Colby, it is something, dude, I haven't celebrated this since probably 1990 as it's National Good Hair Day. Huh.
Yeah, that would be goodness. That's
It's been a while, huh?
yeah, it's I think 2000 and something, 2000, yeah, around there. Cuz I still had my hair when my daughter was born. Blaze
Okay.
was born.
All right.
Cuz there's still photos of me with long ass hair at that point. But somewhere between there and my boy, I started getting the Hulk Hogan horseshoe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then after that, it was
You were still at it. Do you still have it long in the back?
no,
Like
see,
Hulk?
no, because what I spent I didn't notice when it was thinning,
Yeah.
because I'd always like just throw a hat on and go until somebody was like, "Hey, bud,"
Oh, no.
because who looks at the back of their head?
Nobody. So what person, was this a trusted family member or somebody you don't even know?
No, it was somebody. I just remember somebody going, "You should probably cut his hair off," and I was like, "Why?" Because it used to be everybody loved my hair, right? And I was like, "Oh dear." Then that's when you got the double mirror thing, and you look and you're like, "Uh-oh."
Oh, no, there's a hole. Yeah, that's not good.
Whoops.
Colby, it is, I don't know if this is racist or not.
Oh dear.
It is National Black Marriage Day. Why do they have to have a special day to get married?
I actually don't understand that.
Celebrate your better half as we join couples to mark Black Marriage Day. So it's Blairage.
No, you don't run those together.
Put them together?
No, We're not
National
talking about
Blairage Day.
we're not talking about Linda Blair getting married. Okay.
He's a demon.
Yeah, we're not talking about that. We're simply, I don't even know why this is a thing. Why is this a thing? Shouldn't it just be National Marriage Day?
Like, yeah, what difference does it make what your ethnicity is?
Or just what the color of your skin is?
Yeah.
It doesn't. Yeah.
Well, regardless, happy Blairage Day for all of you. Colby, it is Little Red Wagon Day.
Had one.
Me too.
Followed me all the way around.
Yep.
I put stuff in it.
I used to carry my testicles around in it. How about, and the reason for having Mr. Spock on our show card today, happy Live Long and Prosper Day.
Yes.
Can you do the Live Long and Prosper thing?
I can. Both hands.
Yeah, me too. Me too. And you can scissor with like a Vulcan.
That's right.
Because, I mean, you have to assume there's lesbian Vulcans.
You have to assume
I
that.
mean, why not?
Still, one of my favorite Spaceball moments is when the guy actually instructs him on how to do the grip, and he's like, "No,
Yeah.
it's a little bit more up here."
A little bit higher, and then he falls over. Yeah. How about finally this day? I knew this day existed. I just wasn't sure when it was, Colby. It's National Make Up Your Own Day.
So that was the rest of these. That was
That's
the
why
reason.
everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, then if we can do it, then today on National Make Up Your Own Day, this is the National Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim Show Day.
It is. It's March 26th.
That's right.
We have to remember that every day and every year. It's also National Landon Day.
There's a guy at my work named Landon.
It says Landon is a popular name for boys that is celebrated today. Spoil the Landon in your life. Did you spoil the Landon in your life?
I didn't, but I also gave him a nickname.
Oh, no.
His nickname's Crash, because I like the idea of calling him Crash Landon.
I thought you were going to say his name's Blandon because
No.
he's African-American.
Nope. Mm-mm. That's your bit.
Is he African-American?
He is not.
Okay, so he's Wandon.
He's a ginger.
Okay.
He's a very old ginger.
Very old?
Like, yeah.
Okay. How about National Nougat Day?
Love Ted Nugent.
No, not Cat Scratch Fever Day.
Okay. I also love nougat. I don't know what nougat is.
It tells you right here.
Does it?
The classic dessert is made with whipped egg whites, sweet honey, and roasted nuts.
So you can actually just you can make nougat?
So this nougat doesn't look like the nougat you and I are thinking of. Like that you get in a candy bar.
Like a Snickers bar.
Yeah.
Whatever the nougat
whatever
is.
nougat is. But that's what it's called?
Wait, there's homemade nougats?
Yeah. Kind of looks like...
Is this breaking news to anybody else that there's nougat?
It kind of looks like old dog poop that sat out in the sun for too long.
I don't care. I now need homemade nougat in my life.
All right. I mean, it sounds good. Whipped egg whites, sweet honey, and roasted nuts. I mean, what could go wrong?
Nothing can go wrong with that.
I like the name nougat. We need to change the name.
No,
We should just call it nougat.
No, I want homemade nougat. Actually, now that we know that we can make nougat, which I still didn't know this, how come nobody makes homemade Snickers bars with the nougat and the peanuts and the caramel and the top it with chocolate? How come we don't do that?
Would you buy homemade Snicker bars from people?
No, I would want to try them. If that was, wait, you're telling me if somebody showed up to like, I don't know, some kind of dessert, like their bake sale at church or whatever, right? And they're like, I made homemade Snickers bars. You don't think people are going to lose their minds?
I don't think it would taste the same, but I would try it.
What if it tastes better, Tim?
There's no such thing.
Yeah, no, there is.
Huh. Now you got me wanting homemade desserts.
Now I have to make this. I have to make a homemade Snickers bar, and I have to put it on the YouTube.
Yeah, you do. I'm in. So is Wayne, because today is also National Wayne Day.
Lil Wayne.
Did you know that Wayne means wagon builder or driver? I did not know. My brother's middle name is Wayne.
Fun Lil Wayne fact.
Is that a rapist?
That was one of the best rappers.
Oh,
in
it's
the
a
world.
Lil, right? Not little. It's a Lil. Okay. Yeah.
It's really good. But Lil Wayne fact. His real name was Dwayne, but he went by Wayne because his father was named Dwayne, and his father was never in his life and like just left out, and so he immediately lost that part of his name. And on TV, in an interview, this interviewer asked him, goes, well, why don't you go by Dwayne? We know that's your name. And he's like, no, I'm Wayne. And he tells a story about his dad. And she goes, well, does he know that? And he looks straight at the camera and goes, he knows now.
Wow, that's a move. That's a boss move right there.
He knows now that he'll like never be a part of my life and all that. And I'm like, all right, then.
Well, what if he had a really good reason for abandoning his family?
No.
Colby, it's also, to wrap up our day, finally, it's like we've done a whole 2 hours on what day is it, and murder hornets.
I love Lil Wayne facts, by the way. I have more of them.
Do you fax him? You have his fax number? You fax him frequently?
Dude,
we should set up a Lil Wayne fax. It's just a number you can fax stuff to Lil Wayne.
That'd be great. That'd be
awesome
great.
Bit.
I doubt he'd read them.
No, but we would. We could reply to him as him.
Right.
We're white Lil Waynes. Finally, Colby, a day that you and I subscribe to very frequently. National Wear a Hat Day.
I like wearing hats.
And then my day is a little rumbled here. I'm a little taken aback because when I put our show card together, I usually go to your website and I try to find the absolute hottest female celebrating birthdays today.
Yep. And
so I came to Keira Knightley.
You didn't put the one I thought you were going to put, sir.
Well, when I got to Keira Knightley, I stopped looking because I'm like, oh, okay, it's Keira Knightley, who, by the way, is ridiculously hot.
She is.
But I'm seeing one, because this page also has birthdays.
Uh-huh.
I'm seeing someone here that, oh my God.
That I can almost promise you I know who you're swinging at right now. And that it'll be teed up during our birthday segment, sir.
Okay, well then I won't release who's on here. And no, it's not Nancy Pelosi.
You know what? She didn't even make the list.
Good. Screw her. But I hope this person's on the list because she's my all-time good, like forever.
Well,
I don't even know what she does. It says she's a reality TV star.
oh, well, then we may not be talking about the same person because you know who the person I'm talking about does, what they do.
Oh, I do? Okay.
Yep.
Well, then if you don't think it's the same person, I'm putting this chick on the screen right now because I can't stand it any longer.
Okay.
Her name is Brittany Banks.
Oh.
Are you familiar with who Brittany Banks is?
I believe I'm familiar who Brittany Banks is, but
That is Brittany Banks.
yes.
Oh, my God. What is she on? Because it's my new favorite show.
I don't know what show she's on, but I do recognize most of that.
You recognize those?
Yeah.
Hey, I know those.
How you doing?
I might have just named them in my head.
One's named Brittany, the other's named Banks.
That's not what I was going to say, but you know what? That's probably better that I don't say it anyway. All right, Colby, we've run all the way through our sports report.
So do we need to get into a little bit of the sports report before we take a break and go to other things?
Yeah, let's just talk real quick because there was one thing you specifically wanted to talk about as we get into our Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim
Sports reports. All right, so all over Facebook, and basically everybody's now having to report on this, including one Jane Slater. Is having to report on this. I got a call from one G.
Oh no!
As
Did he
he's
believe
like,
it?
he was like, "Hey, is there anything to this?" And I'm like, "I don't think so, bud. I don't think that's how this would work." So this has gotten legs. Apparently, there was a Cleveland radio sports host.
He's on a podcast
Okay.
on the Big Play Network that stole their idea from FanStream Sports.
Okay.
This is the network I told you about that Bernie Kosar was on,
Okay.
and that Barbie Carpenter was on for a little while. He's no longer there.
Okay.
So this is one of those little. Some dude had a bunch of money and wants to have athletes come talk sports in his warehouse. So he builds this little studio and has guys on. So some of the guys that work there are like ESPN Cleveland guys.
Okay.
That's not who this guy is. And I can't remember his name. He's an older gentleman.
So he floated out there that the Cleveland Browns and the Dallas Cowboys are in talks about a trade as the Browns are inquiring about the availability and negotiations are ongoing for one Dak Prescott. Actually, now the rumors are built up to where there's talking about draft compensation and also like players that will be involved in this trade. And let's just drop and hit the brakes and get out of the car and let that wreck into the wall as we're not a part of it. As simply put, Dak's got a no trade clause.
A full no trade clause. Like sometimes guys will do that, but put exceptions on there. Like,
Right.
okay, maybe to this team or maybe if their record's this. But no.
So Dak Prescott would have to basically forego it and agree.
Bruce Drennan is the name of the guy that started this in Cleveland.
And agree to go to Cleveland, which it's Cleveland. I don't see that happening. Now, if he looks over and like the Cowboys were to suggest, hey, look, man, this will help us out. Plus they have a good defense. They've got things going for them. Their offensive line isn't bad. They're just they look like they may be a quarterback away. This may be your chance to really go deep into the playoffs as we are basically rebooting this thing.
Right.
That's a conversation that could be had. But I can't see it.
Well, there's a million reasons why this won't work for either side. And all it takes is for fans, when you see something like this, just do an ounce of research on your own. Just get your phone out, Google a few things, and you'll have your own answer. You don't need to call us or look for other things on social media. because there's about a bajillion reasons why this won't work. And one of those things is the salary cap, and it's what the Browns still owe Deshaun Watson.
Which they're going to get out of, by the way.
$92 million is what they owe him for the next 2 seasons.
They're getting out of that, by the way.
I don't know how right now.
Because of the clauses in his contract, if he does things detrimental to the team, which they can classify a lot of the things that he has done as that. And as soon as they win that with the NFL, they're out of that contract.
Right. Well, he's actually, you know what? I mean, that makes sense.
Right.
I'm not sure that's going to be the case because he re-ruptured his Achilles in January after surgery in October, working out.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's not going to be on one of the things that he wasn't allowed to do. So while I agree that those clauses are there,
Yeah.
I'm just not sure that they can get out of this.
No.
Because I've written enough pieces on it that I haven't been able to find anything like that.
I still think they're going to be able to do that because there's two things with going with this. Number one, the NFL would really like the Cleveland Browns to be a good team. I believe that. I believe they want Cleveland to have a good team. They're tired of them being – because they're losing their fan base over being perpetually bad and perpetually losing everything. And I think they really want that little Ohio section. So I think they'll let that pass.
I don't think the NFL cares about Cleveland, to be honest with you.
I think they do, bud.
Jimmy Haslam's ownership group, I don't think they would cater to him. And number two, Cleveland's too much fun to make fun of from the rest of the league. And here's the other thing that Colby mentioned. Dak Prescott has a full no-trade clause.
I think that's your big thing right there.
And there's no way he's going to waive that to go to Cleveland, where quarterbacks go to die.
Yep.
And so, by the way, the details, not that it matters of this, include cornerback Greg Newsome coming to Dallas along with the number 2 overall pick this year.
That would be amazing, Tim.
Because everybody thinks the Cowboys would draft Shadur Sanders with the number 2 pick.
I mean, probably.
I see. I don't even know about that. So I don't want to get into a conversation. We'll do our draft discussions at a later date as we're a month away now from the draft. But we'll get into who we like and don't like in this fiasco of the quarterbacks in the NFL draft this season. But there are about a bajillion reasons why this would not work. And all you got to do is think to yourself as a Cowboys fan, if it sounds ridiculous, it probably is.
Right.
Unless it's Nico Harrison trading Luka to the Lakers for a bag of money.
That's the reason why we now can look at this. And with all the things that tell you this shouldn't happen, that's the thing that most Dallas area fans are looking at and going, would be kind of nice to get a trade that some of us want to happen. That's supposed to not happen and shock everybody.
I think if you want a Cowboys star to potentially be traded for a haul of draft picks, I think it's more likely to be Micah Parsons than it is Dak Prescott. Because Micah Parsons doesn't already have a $240 million contract that a team would have to take on.
Can you imagine being able to get out of that money and get draft picks and get a good corner?
For Micah?
No, I'm talking about. I'm still going back for Dak. Getting out of that money.
I'd be okay with it. But that trade would never happen.
It does involve Cleveland, and Cleveland is if anybody was going to do something like this, it's Cleveland.
I mean, they did trade for Deshaun Watson.
Yes.
So, but you know what? A lot of teams were trying to get Deshaun in that. Atlanta was this close.
They were,
and the Browns came in and said, "Nope, we'll give you $230 million fully guaranteed." And Deshaun said, "Y'all got massage parlors up there?"
Yeah.
That was a live recording of Deshaun on the phone. So anyway, yeah, that's never going to happen. Our good friend Trey Lance, Colby, looks like he's going to Canada, eh?
Because nobody in the NFL wants him?
Nobody in the NFL wants to even give him a look. And here's something I found out or forgot about. Did you know the Cowboys offered him a contract in the middle of the season last year?
I did not know this.
And he turned it down?
Because he was betting on himself. And then it came up 7 deuce offsuit, so he's going to Canada.
Now, we don't know what that contract offer was. It was probably extremely lowballed.
It probably was, but it was also probably better than what he's getting right now.
Which is going to be Canada money. I mean, maybe he'll start. I mean, I figured he'd get a look in the UFL. Like, I could see him playing in the UFL if he wants
that's
to lower
what I
himself
thought.
to that.
And then I'd kind of root for that team.
I kind of would too. You know, maybe he'll play for the Renegades. Almost said Rough Riders. That'd be weird if he played baseball. Other news for Cowboys and quarterbacks are, and I would much rather see this happen than any trade for Dak out of town. I would really love to see the Dallas Cowboys make a deal with the Patriots to get former Tennessee quarterback Joe Milton 3 in here. Because I think Joe Milton's got a little something. And I'd like him to play maybe a year or two here as the backup, maybe behind Dak. And then when they can get out of Dak's contract before the 2028 season, see if he's your guy. Because it wouldn't take much to get him. He was a 6th-round draft pick.
Yeah.
But when he's been on the field, he played their season finale week 18 last year. Of course, they were playing the Bills, who was resting everybody. But he played really well. And I like what I saw from him at Tennessee. So that I would rather go that route. There is also talk that I heard our own Brian Broaddus discussing on 105.3 The Fan G-Bag Nation today, weekdays 3 to 7. The Cowboys are interested in your college quarterback.
Ewers?
Quinn Ewers. Without the mullet. I think he played better when he had the mullet.
And you think he's a little bit of Samson there?
Yeah. Which, you know what? If it's going to, because all these guys are going like in the 4th round, 3rd, 4th round, right? He's going up there with Jalen Milrose, probably going to the 4th round. The only guy out of all of these guys that's not is probably Jackson Dart from Ole Miss. He's probably going, you may be your 3rd, 1st-round quarterback.
Okay.
I think by somebody. I don't think he's a 1st-round guy, but I don't think Shadur Sanders is a 1st-round quarterback. But because everyone's so desperate for quarterbacks, they're going to do it.
I think, see, and you and me actually view Shadur Sanders a little bit differently. I think because he didn't have basically a defense or a run game, and he was still putting up monster numbers for the most part, and it was all him. I think he's the most NFL ready quarterback out of this group, and also just because of there was nothing else to the games that they won wasn't because of anybody else but Shadur Sanders.
I think he's more of a project.
I don't.
In the NFL. I don't think Cam Ward's NFL ready either. Like, I don't think any of the quarterbacks in this draft are surefire Peyton Mannings. They're all Ryan Leafs. If anybody even knows who that is that's in our demographic nowadays. But like Dylan Gabriel, dude, he's probably 5th or 6th round this year. Like, I just don't think anybody's taking flyers on these guys. I really don't. But we'll find out. We'll find out. Exclusive. Oh, by the way, he was right here behind this microphone the other day.
Yeah.
I said, don't breathe on that fish. That's where I have to talk.
I still need to patent the Mickey Spagnola lawnmower.
Or alarm clock. Make it an alarm clock. That would be so great. So there's your Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim Show Sports Report. And then the fish one would be exclusive.
We'll find out. Okay, so coming up next, if there is a next, I don't know. We got the
Is this thing on?
Yeah, we got the good, bad, and ugly. And then we also have the mystery shotgun as Marvel was breaking its known news and spoiling its own product. And they were doing that all today. That's all coming up on the IndyCar Tim and Colby Sapp Show, which is backwards. For the
What
Colby Sapp,
are you doing?
which is backwards for the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim Show.
Hello, sports fans. FanStream Sports.
Today's show is brought to you by Tom's Town, a premier craft distillery based in Kansas City, Missouri. Discover their award-winning lineup, including double oaked bourbon, botanical gin, and double grain vodka. Named the best craft vodka by the readers of USA Today. Available for online delivery in 40 states. Visit toms-town.com or their Kansas City distillery to explore more. Elevate your game with Tom's Town, where history meets innovation. Please enjoy responsibly.
All right, guys, time to talk a little bit about Turf Life. You've seen the hats on our heads. You've been or seen the video of the studio. You've seen that the decals are all over the place. Turf Life. Man, it's the brand that salutes the consumer and industry players everywhere whose lives involve turf. What does that mean? That means if you play or have a business or, maybe you're a sports educator, you're going to be on turf at some point. So you live the turf life. So go ahead and tell everybody you live the turf life by having your Turf Life window decal or, the hat or the keychain or the something. Along that lines, just go to turflifeclub.com and become a turf head. That's what it's called when you live the turf life. You're now a turf head. And you can go join the club today and snag that window decal or snag any other special Turf Life accessories and go over there to that website, which is turflifeclub.com, and get your stuff and show everybody that, man, I'm all about that turf life. And then you just kind of raise your coffee mug at them and go, yeah, turf life, baby. That's what it's about. And then that's the end of the commercial. Ding. That means it's done in microwave talk.
Hi, golfers. IndyCar Tim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
For more than 3 decades, Bob's Steak and Chop House has remained an icon of DFW restaurants. Why? Well, maybe it's because of Bob. He's fanatical about cleanliness and friendliness, and his food, oh my Lord, his food. If you've been there, you know about it. If you haven't been there, you should know about it. The original Bob welcomes you at either of his 2 locations, Bob's on Lemon Avenue or the sparkling new Bob's at Craig Ranch, McKinney.
Hey, listeners, make sure you check out the brand new FanStream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7 day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com.
Coming back at you. Now, more FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim Show right here on FanStream Sports, live from the FanStream Sports Dallas studios at the Dallas North Tollway and Frankfurt-ish. I can't see traffic or weather right now on the 9s because it's dark.
Right.
And the helicopter's not fueled up right now, so the traffic copter isn't up. Gail Lightfoot retired, so she's not up in our helicopter. Were you in on the old enough to remember that on the Eagle back in the day when Gail Lightfoot was the Eagle traffic girl in the helicopter?
I don't.
Do you even know the name Gail Lightfoot?
I do know the name.
Yeah, she was. It was her and Kid Craddock were the big names on the Eagle, and she was just like the traffic girl, and she was one of the most popular people. And we're friends on Facebook now. She's obviously much older now, as am I. But I remember beating her down one night when I was a little halfway hammered. I messaged her about some old Eagle stuff, and she was very nice and just answered all of my questions and LOL'd on the screen with me. It was great.
Huh.
Then I found out she was like 78, and I was like, oh, that's out of my price range. Colby, we were talking about the Minecraft movie off the air.
Yes.
Guessing you're not going to the Minecraft movie.
I'm not. The Minecraft didn't hit me at all. It missed me. There was no reason, and I'll tell you why. I couldn't get interested in it. I am a gamer, and I know a lot of people love. Obviously, it's a really big thing. But as soon as I looked at Minecraft, the game, I was like, "Who let this NES game get popular?"
Dude, I don't know.
Because the graphics are god awful. I couldn't see myself. I mean, I played stuff like this back in the day.
Yeah.
And when you look at Minecraft and then you look at, I don't know, Mario 64, you're like, well, Mario 64 looks so much better. Why is this now a thing that everybody loves?
My kids that I'm talking about are now 18, 16, and 14.
Right.
So, dude, it was all everything was Minecraft. We had to get them Minecraft backpacks, Minecraft T-shirts, like in elementary school. Everything freaking was Minecraft. Got a Minecraft plush toys or whatever.
Yeah, and the bad guys on Minecraft look like Hulk penises.
Yeah, they do, and it's kind of erotic. But like that was that in Terraria. Like Terraria, my 14-year-old is still a huge Terraria player. I never got it because I'm not into the buildings. That's one of the reasons I never got into Fortnite. All I want to do is go around and shoot people. I don't want to freaking have to build a bridge or a box to hide in and then shoot people. I hated that.
I actually got into Fortnite for a little bit. Boy, I could drop some sick 90s on your head. That's for sure.
What that means.
I didn't either.
Thought we were talking about skateboarding for a second. But anyway, their Minecraft movie's coming out. I'm sure we'll talk about it more, even though Colby's unfamiliar. But at least you know like what it was.
No, I know what it was, and this feels like a movie that everybody's going to be upset with because it's not going to. Because I don't know what Minecraft was about or if it had a story behind it, but they're going to try and have a story behind it, and it's probably not going to be the same story, which is going to make all your diehard Minecraft fans upset. And yeah, no, and somehow they.
Oh. I might need to get one of the kids on to explain Minecraft to us.
You know what? There we go.
Probably wouldn't be a bad idea.
Wouldn't be a bad idea.
Except all my kids are going to suck on the air.
Didn't pass along any gift of gab to them. I've tried to have conversations with some of your kids, and
oh yeah, Eli's come up to the studio before.
Yeah, the most that I've gotten out of him is meh. Yeah.
Wow, that's twice as much than I normally get.
Meh.
You're a better parent to my own kids.
Yeah.
Than you are. All right, Colby. Well. Hang on, as I'm struggling now with stuff that I'm having
transition. Tim is struggling with transition.
To keep our thing on the air here, as I have to refill the stream key for this situation. And now, Colby, are you ready?
I am.
As it's time for this.
It is time, as that music suggests, for us to go through the good, the bad, and the ugly, which this is where I go through all the people that were born today. I make a list out of those people that are famous enough to make my list, and I offer them up to you guys, along with me and Tim, as we decide separately on our own lists who we think the good person, the bad person, and the ugly person is of today's birthdays. Starting off today at number 11, Tim, so that lets you know we have one more than usual.
Wow. What number does it go down to?
Well, it just depends on how far I keep digging.
All right.
Paige Spiranek is 32 years old today, sir.
Wait, I missed Paige Spiranek's birthday?
Yes.
Shut up.
It's her birthday.
Okay. There's no way I missed that.
You did.
What the hell?
You missed her birthday.
No, she was born on March 26th. Damn it. How did I do that? She wasn't even on my list.
What's today's date, Tim?
I know, I was joking. She wasn't even on the page that I looked at on your site.
She was on all you had to do is scroll to the bottom.
I didn't go to the bottom because I saw Keira Knightley.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm redoing the card.
You can't now. It's already been done.
No, look, obviously you know how I feel about Paige Spiranek.
Yeah. That's who I thought you were talking about.
Dude. What is wrong with me?
Turning 50 years old, and this makes his name a little awkward. Juvenile turns 50 years old today, and he would like for you to back that thing up.
Is this a juvenile delinquent? Is it a juvenile? What is? Oh,
He would like
is this a rapist name?
Yes, he's a rapper. He would like for you to back that thing up.
Is that a song? I'm
That
guessing
is one of his most popular songs.
I've never heard.
You've
of it.
probably heard it, Tim.
I've heard like smack that bitch up. Is that a
That's
song?
not. I mean, that's not even rap.
But that's a song, isn't it?
It is a song.
Smack my bitch up. Is that how it goes?
Yes.
It sounds good when I'm trying to rap.
That's not. It's still not. That was not rap, Tim.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Smack my bitch up wasn't a rap song?
No.
Oh.
It wasn't.
Oh.
Kind of
Thought it was.
techno rock.
Oh.
Is why that
I've
was.
never heard it. I don't know things, musically speaking.
And you don't remember the awesome chorus of "Take my picture, smack my bitch up."
No, I don't remember.
Bound
any
on
of that.
bound on bound on bound 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 on bound on bound on bound on bound on bound on bound.
You just made all that up.
I didn't. It's been recently used his name a lot in the Kendrick Lamar song, but turning 63 years old today, John Stockton. I didn't know
And his short shorts?
was a feared and dirty player.
Oh, yeah.
I've been watching some of
Yeah.
the, because I mean, watching John Stockton play back in the day, I never figured him and Jeff Hornacek were noted dirty players with, like, you know, just would trash talk you into the ground.
Yes.
As Jeff Hornacek went ahead and checked his hair and did whatever he did in the free throw line. That was weird.
With his face?
Yes.
He used to touch his, I forget, and I used to know why it was like 3 rubs on, and they meant something. It was like,
Right.
it was just like a sign to his family or his kids.
Right.
Something gay like that. I don't know.
So,
Stupid Jeff Hornacek.
yes, but
Get off my lawn.
about to pass on this body. I'm John Stockton.
He did have the greatest. I patterned my middle school and high school basketball shorts after his.
Nobody.
Of course, ours were already short. They weren't like what they had in the 90s yet. But
so much better.
the short ones are so much better.
They
They look
are
so much better.
No, they don't. I don't need even a possibility of junk outage.
Then you might as well just wear long pants if you're going to wear those ridiculous looking pieces of crap.
No. You're secure in the fact that even if your Johnson is as big as some of them are reported to be, they still not going to fall out. Can you imagine? I can't imagine somebody like Sean Bradley having to wear the shorty shorts. Because that was
His
scary.
weren't terribly long when he started.
That's a scary man.
Kobe, I redid the card.
You did.
That better?
Yes.
You can have Kira, and I'm taking Paige and her golf club.
Turning 65 years old today, also somebody that possibly Tim missed. It's one Jennifer Gray's birthday.
Okay, is it Jennifer Gray pre-nose job birthday or the new Jennifer Gray? Because they're two different people.
Okay, this is just Jennifer Gray. So
The
yeah,
actress.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's unrecognizable since the nose job. But it's fine. She's pretty. She ain't no Paige Veronica.
Mention this in what day is it today, but Leonard Nimoy's birthday today as he passed away in 2015. Live long and prosper.
That was a tough one. William Shatner's still with us, though.
Yes, the Shat, as I called him on the radio. Then I got dumped.
Didn't you interview him?
Yes. Yes, I did.
What's up, Shat?
I was that's because that's what me and my homies called him. It's like, oh, you talking about the Shat? Yeah, because he's the Shat, right?
Look, I don't know what's more shocking from what you just said.
My homies.
That you called him the Shat or that you claim to have had homies.
Yep. It's me and my homies. But yeah, so I said that on the air, and then I remember DJ going, I had to dump that. I was like, what? And he's like,
Of course, DJ dumped it.
Of course, I don't care if you're using it in the past tense. You can't say that on the air.
Oh, that's true. Even if it's his name.
Yeah, and I was like, that's just short for his name. So
it was late at night. You probably would have gotten by with it.
Passed away in 1953. Gucci. Well, Gucci.
Help me out.
He's the guy that founded Gucci.
Oh, I thought that was just a noise.
No.
Gucci.
No, there's like the brand.
Oh, is it a name?
Gucci.
Was a name? Wow, I didn't know that. All right.
You
I'm going to go buy me some Gucci. I didn't know it was a person. I didn't know it was like Ralph Lauren.
So wait.
So his whole name was Gucci.
His whole name was Gucci.
All right. It's a dumb name. First of all, he should have named his company something else. Like Tiffany's.
You are okay, so because you had me confused for a second. You are aware that Gucci is a type of product.
No. I know the brand. Yeah.
All right, because that's the reason why I tossed the microphone away, because I was like, oh my God, you're so in your hole that you don't even know that Gucci exists?
No, Gucci was huge in the 80s, so of course I know Gucci exists. I just didn't know it was a person's name.
By the way, I don't know how this other person made it this far up my list, but turning 57 today, he should have been lower. Kenny Chesney's birthday is today.
She thinks my tractor's sexy while I'm rolling along. It's the only song I know by Kenny Chestnut. Yeah, why is he so high on your... Yeah, that's pretty high for him.
I think mainly because that's just where he was on the famous people's birthdays list.
I don't even know who Juvenile is, and he belongs behind Juvenile.
Oh, he definitely belongs behind Juvenile. I'm not a big Juvenile fan, but I'm a lot bigger.
Paige was number 11. How was she not number 1?
Oh, there's reasons why she wasn't number 1.
A couple of reasons she should be.
Turning 77 years old today, and one of those reasons why she wasn't near number 1 is Steven Tyler's birthday's today.
God, he's 77.
77 years old.
One of the greatest rock voices of all time.
Dude, have you heard people try to recreate Dream On? And that
I could do it when I was still in my 20s. I could do it. I can't do it anymore.
No, there's no...
He can't do it anymore either, though. I mean, in all fairness.
Well, yeah, he's 77 years old, Tim.
And he doesn't look a day over 74. Hot daughter, though.
Of course. She's amazing.
Gosh, she's old now, too, then, isn't she?
Even though she kind of, by the way, probably going to be making her return to the Marvel.
She's probably not in her 20s anymore, huh?
No, she's not.
Damn it.
She's not. Turning 75 years old today, Martin Short.
Canadian, Colby.
And also funny.
Very funny. I like Martin Short. He was one of the 3 amigos.
He was one of the 3 amigos. As, what was it?
Yeah.
Or was it? What is it?
Here. There
you go. Turning 40 years old.
Everybody out there's like, what the hell are they doing?
The first version of the Macarena. That's what we were doing.
Exactly.
Turning 40 years old today, Keira Knightley.
Oh, she's 40 now?
Doesn't matter, dude.
Might be the last year I get to enjoy her.
It's not. I mean, you're 53 or whatever you are.
How old was Paige?
32.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I wrote 11 next to her, and I was like, I know she ain't 11. Because she was number 11.
And turning 81 years old today, one Diana Ross.
The Queen of Soul.
Damn
I
right.
think that was somebody else, but...
No, well, she can be too.
Is she still alive?
She's 81.
I could have sworn she died.
The famous people's birthday
Said she's alive.
said she's alive. So,
I mean, I believe it, but it doesn't mean I'm not going to double check its work. All right, still alive. By the way, not as hot as Diana Ross was. I thought younger. Her daughter fell way far from the tree. Tracy Ross, she's an actress.
I'll look her up.
I just don't think. Like, I didn't even know they were related when I heard that. She was on that show Blackish. She was the mom. Well, you never watched that. What am I talking about? I just never thought she was very attractive.
Oh. I think I know who that is. Yeah, I've
Yeah,
seen
she's
her
on a
some
lot of stuff. Yeah. It's just that I never thought they looked alike or anything like that. All right, Colby. Do I even have to go here? Although there's a lot of goods on this list, though, man.
Really is a lot of goods on this
like
list.
even just going hots.
There's going hots. There's going classic sci-fi. There's going rock. There's
a sports good.
Yep.
I was a fan of John Stockton. There's actor good. Leonard Nimoy. You have music hot good. Diana Ross, Martin Short, Steven Tyler. Like I'm familiar and like pretty much everybody on this list except for Juvenile, Gucci, and Kenny Chesney. But I know who Kenny Chesney is. I just can't stand him. All right, Colby, I'm making the call. Paige Spironic is my good.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Kira. I will make it up to you.
No, you won't.
I promise next time
It's
I
over.
see you.
You'll never see her.
Kira's just mad because she thinks I'm going younger at that position.
I mean,
and I did. My bad, Colby. Jeez. You're going to get mad if I say who I want to say.
probably because you don't know his work.
I don't know anything about him. All right. Oh. My bad is Kenny Chesney.
There you go.
Because he is. My ugly, Colby. Now, this is not so difficult. And there's actually 3 possibilities here. I have 4 possibilities. But I have to give the win to Steven Tyler.
Okay.
For the win. I could have gone John Stockton because he wasn't like an attractive man. Leonard Nimoy wasn't great looking. Who's my other one? Oh, Martin Short's not an attractive man either.
No.
But Kenny Chesney, you win something.
My good. There's so many here.
Yeah, how are you going to narrow that down to one?
I mean, from good God. Well, there's one that has to be. That's Leonard Nimoy. That's got to be my good.
All right, you went sci-fi actor good over hot good.
Yes.
All right.
And I don't have to apologize to Keira Knightley because she knows Leonard Nimoy should win that one. There you are. And I don't have to apologize to Diana Ross or Steven Tyler.
I'll apologize to all of them for you.
All right. So there you are with that. My bad, Kenny Chesney.
Ding, 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 ding.
And my ugly, because of what he did to the NBA, John Stockton, because of the shorts.
God, those shorts were so great.
Just get out of here with those.
Why? What do you not like? You didn't have to wear them, obviously, right? You were too young to have to wear those?
No, at my first stint in basketball, the shorts were about that style, sir.
Okay, yeah, so they should have endeared themselves to you.
No, they were awful. Awful.
That's why they're called shorts, okay?
No, Tim, those are underwear.
No.
Those are like running around in your nice boxers.
Wait, you had nice boxers?
Yeah, you got your nice boxers, and then you got your, oh, dear God, I ran out of boxers, so I'll wear these other boxers.
Like, I wear my underwear. I rotate them all the same.
I don't have to worry about that anymore, Tim.
Dude, there's nothing wrong with that
There's
uniform right there.
everything wrong with that.
I've even seen shorter than that. And look, his socks are kind of pushed halfway down. Now, it was great in the late 70s, early 80s when they pulled their socks all the way up to their knees and they had the short shorts on.
They were trying to cover up as much of their leg as they could with those shorty shorts.
Now all the freaking NBA players just wear pantyhose all the time. Idiots. Stupid NBA.
Just more coverage you can get, the more diving you can do.
There, I'll just leave you with that.
Poor gal. By the way, Snow White is getting...
Oh, no, I've been, big time. And you know what? I saw somebody tearing it apart for the wardrobe.
Yeah.
Like for the costumes that just, and I agree when I watched her video. She's on TikTok. Follow her on TikTok. She does all sorts of movie stuff. And she's usually really nice in everything she does. But, dude, she just lit. She was showing, from the cartoon movie, the original one from 37, what Snow White's outfit looked like and then what this one looked like. And they're like, why couldn't you just reproduce that? It's classy. It's historic. It's time period correct, for whatever time period it was. And then she showed what the chick, Rachel, whatever it was, wore in the movie. And it's just ridiculous. Like,
it is.
Oh, man.
There was so much, and there's so much on. Oh, we might get into it a little bit coming up next. So
yeah. Well, there's your good, bad, and your ugly, Colby.
there is, and you still haven't made. You've got all your selections. I've got all my selections, and it's time for Tim to do another transition. Which pretty soon he's just going to turn into a woman.
Stop it. Oh yeah, where is it?
Oh yes. Welcome to Colby Sapp's Mystery Shotgun. I am your host, Colby Sapp, along with Pod Racer Tim. We got a lot of things to get into, and I'll go ahead and get into first things first, as Marvel has decided to release a bunch of information themselves. So I guess they were scared that things were going to get released by other people.
Leaks.
So they just decided themselves they were going to, do some releasing of their own, as they have basically released nearly everybody that's going to be in Avengers Doomsday. And this list it's immense. And this actually,
all the villains and heroes and everybody?
So stuff like James Marsden's Cyclops,
okay,
is going to be in Avengers Doomsday. Rebecca Romaine's Mystique.
Just hear my mouth gargle.
I did, as Tim did a throat gator. Rebecca Romaine's Mystique is going to be in Avengers Doomsday. The Nightcrawler, as Alan Cummings' Nightcrawler, is going to be.
Oh wow.
In Avengers Doomsday.
Wait, why wouldn't Jennifer Lawrence's Mystique be in it? Are they different universes? Like, I don't remember how those
Yes. So they're going with the older. They're not bringing in the newer, updated X, because that X-Men timeline, that was mixed in with the original timeline. And so if you're going to do that Patrick Stewart, then you're going to have to bring Wanted's McAvoy.
James McAvoy,
in, and Fassbender's Magneto.
Magneto, yeah.
But instead, they're going with Ian McKellen's Magneto.
Okay, the olds.
Yes.
But what if Ian McKellen dies before they get to film?
Patrick Stewart, by the way, is returning to Avengers Doomsday.
Wheelchair Man.
Ryan Gosling is going to make an appearance in Avengers Doomsday.
As a gay cowboy.
No. There's another one that I told you was happening. It's Tatiana, the She-Hulk.
Thank God we get to see her again in something.
Is going to be in there.
Why didn't we get a season 2?
Now, we weren't going to.
Man, I thought that's one of my favorite series.
So, of course, like your Fantastic Four, Pedro Pascal, and those guys, they're going to be in there. But there's another guy that's showing up that actually, because they name a lot of the. I just reading through the list, and here's a little bit of a twist. I thought I had told you guys that Tobey Maguire was going to be in Avengers Doomsday. I didn't say, and it looks like he is. Andrew Garfield, is going to be
the real Spider-Man
in Avengers Doomsday. But one that I didn't know exactly how they were going to do it, but they are. Kelsey Grammer.
Beast?
Is going to be in Avengers Doomsday.
Wow, that's awesome.
So there is that. Apparently, Mahershala Ali, the guy that's supposed to be the new Blade, is going to be in Avengers Doomsday. But side note, another Blade news: the Blade movie has been stopped indefinitely. So,
what are these studio executives doing?
I do want to toot my own horn real quick. Tim, do you remember? I don't know. We've been doing this mystery shotgun for a long time.
We have.
But one of the first TikToks that we made involved Iron Man being in the next Avengers movie.
Yeah.
Which he is. He's just playing a different character. But the other person that I said was going to be in the next Avengers movie was Chris Evans.
Uh-huh.
And Chris Evans is going to be in Avengers Doomsday.
As Torch.
They already have a Torch.
Oh, they have a new
They're
Torch.
bringing in the Fantastic Four. Plus, Chris Evans' Human Torch is kind of dead now.
Oh, yeah, they killed him off in... I forgot about that.
I don't think he's going to make it.
I don't think you recover from that.
I don't think he's going to make it. But he is going to be in Avengers Doomsday. But the names that I keep seeing on here that they kind of giving away what they're doing in a new and upcoming movie as the fella playing Sentry in the Thunderbolts movie is listed in Avengers Doomsday.
Really?
Now, he is also like the protagonist in that movie because he is the Sentry. He's also got his bad side, the Void.
Yeah.
And that's who they're going up against in the movie. So just letting you know, apparently he doesn't die in the movie. So they're kind of spoiling their own thing. They haven't even really released Thunderbolts, right?
Right.
It's still upcoming because they're wanting to give Captain America
Plenty
its
of
due.
time. And you haven't seen that yet, have you?
No, I have not. But yes, he's in here. Is going to be in Avengers Doomsday. The list that they released that's going to be in Avengers Doomsday, give me a second.
You're listening to let's listen to some Maria Sharapova tennis.
There is 72 names that's going to be in this movie. And these aren't simple names. By the way, Wesley Snipes is going to be in the movie.
As Blade.
Yes.
We assume.
So, I don't know how they're going. This movie's got to be 8 hours long.
Just a character. You don't have to develop any characters, really.
No, you don't. But these people are going to show up.
Unless they're just all at the same party.
I'm noticing a name that's, by the way, Brie Larson supposed to make her way. So I guess she's not done.
Captain Marvel.
You know, there's a name that's not on this list because they've got. I'm just noticing this. They've got Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, but I'm not seeing Holland anywhere on this list.
Good. The movie's already better. What about his girlfriend?
Oh, well, she should be in every movie. By the way, I just found him. Never mind.
Oh, he is in it? Okay.
I just found him.
Damn it. Tom Zendaya.
So the Avengers Doomsday movie is going to be crowded full of people. And Marvel just went ahead and said, hey, here you go. Here's a lot of the people that's going to be in it. Notice that they said a lot of the people.
Right.
Not all of the people. Like they're planning on more. They're wanting this to be huge.
Sounds like it. Sounds like a going out party.
And I'm going to go ahead and lay a guess down. And for those, this is not a spoiler. This is my guess that they're going to do with this movie. My guess is that Robert Downey Jr. is going to end up in the 616 universe because of, a hole in through the multiverse and whatever. And he is going to, once noticing his surroundings, because he is Victor Von Doom, and
right.
Victor Von Doom is super smart, he's going to realize that he looks exactly like Tony Stark in this universe. And he's going to take advantage of that and act like he is Tony Stark for a little bit and then turn into Victor Von Doom. I think that's going to be kind of his way in. You can't have them look that much alike and have them crossing over without having something there.
Right.
And so I think that's how they're going to play that. That's my guess. I have no idea, but that is my guess on how they're going to play this.
It's going to be interesting to see.
It really is. I do, those that wanted to know, like Chris Pratt's making his way back. So
I thought he was done too.
Not done. Maybe this may be his farewell.
I mean, it could be back like he was back in Endgame, right? I mean, he wasn't really in it. He was in the fight scene at the end.
Right.
But, I mean, he has to be credited with being in the movie.
By the way, if they're bringing all of these people in to do like a final fight scene against Doom and his Doom squad, which I'm still kind of betting that it's going to be some form of Doom and friends, then good God, they're going to make Doom very, very formidable.
Good. I mean, it should be.
It should be.
Now, if you've got all those freaking superheroes ready to fight him, he's got to be formidable.
So that was all released today. This was released by Marvel themselves. So this isn't like, somebody saying, hey, I heard that they're going to be in this movie and then me believing them because they haven't gotten anything wrong yet. But yeah, no, this was their big announcement. And by the way, according to Marvel themselves, they're not done with the list.
Good grief.
So it's
like the last Marvel movie ever.
I'm thinking this is going to be their big transition movie.
Right.
Right? Where they're like, here's your old faces. We're going to mingle them in with our current new faces, and we're going to give a definitive, this is why things are happening this way now. Like a lot of the Marvel movies right now kind of feel like, what's going on?
Yeah.
The transition, because of how apart the movies have been, they haven't been bap. It's kind of been like, I'm trying to follow you guys.
It's been broken up, yeah.
For your non-comic book heads, it's kind of difficult the way they're doing it. So
did I hear you say Tom Hiddleston's name and Chris Hemsworth's name?
Yes, they're both in.
Okay, all right. I didn't remember hearing that.
They're both in. I didn't say because I didn't go through every name that's in there, but I was just trying to go over the ones that were like, oh, hey. Yeah.
What about what's her face? Lady Thor.
She passed.
Oh, did she die?
She passed.
Where did I miss that?
Didn't at the last of Love and Thunder?
I thought she came back. Well, she died and came back. Like Black Widow.
Well,
did Lady Thor die?
By the way, Black Widow didn't come back either.
Oh, no, I know. We just wanted her to.
So there's that.
Oh, okay, I guess she did. She did die. Oh, that's right, because it was the end credit scene when she goes to Valhalla.
Right. So I don't think she's.
I was about to get a Jane Foster tattoo.
She's not. She's not coming back there.
So I can get a Jane Foster and Black Widow tattoo. Now that they're both dead.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yep, you sure can.
I'm thinking like one on each top of one of each foot. That way when I'm walking around in my flip-flops, I can still see them.
Our buddy Oscar Isaac, by the way, made the list. So somewhere in there, Moon Knight's going to make his way in.
Oh, I forgot he was Moon Knight for a second because I didn't finish that series because I didn't understand it.
I mean,
I thought Poe Dameron was going to be in his X-Wing.
No. Sure not.
That would be funny.
Moon Knight started off great, and then everybody had to get real big and turn into clouds. And
there were clouds in it? I didn't get to that episode.
You never
Colby hates clouds.
You never make the bad guy a big cloud. It's bad. It's real bad. So there's a remake of a movie that's happening. Remake. It's not a reboot. They're just remaking, I'm guessing, the first movie. Because by far not my favorite of the three, but by far the most like being able to speak to people.
Right.
And now I'm talking about Rambo. I don't know who they're going to get to play Rambo, but a Rambo remake is in the works.
This online says it's going to be, or supposedly going to be labeled as Rambo 6, New Blood.
That sounds like just another sequel.
Because the last film was 2019, Rambo Last Blood.
Right.
Which I watched. I mean, I enjoyed old Rambo.
I didn't enjoy old Rambo because he just looked like Rocky.
It's true.
There was a difference between Rambo and Rocky, and Rambo always was sporting the long ass hair.
Yeah, you're right.
And that was how my brain goes, well, that's Rocky and that's Rambo, right?
Right.
And the fact that he was just sporting Sly's normal hair, it's like, well, what is Rocky doing with a... I mean, is there not a hairstylist that can make his hair look, old and gray but long?
That reminds me, old Han Solo should have had long hair too. Just don't care Han Solo hair.
Right. But Han Solo hair, not as big of a deal to me as Rambo.
No, I know. Yeah.
So the word that I'm getting is that it's not a sequel. It is they're remaking
just starting
the
it
movie.
over.
They're like First Blood again. Except they're not going to call it First Blood again. That'd be weird.
Did you hear who Stallone's choice was?
I did not.
Gay cowboy himself.
One of them's dead, I guess.
Heath Ledger. Ryan Gosling.
I could see that.
I still can't take him seriously as an action hero.
I can see that. Him in whatever spy movie he was in that was on Netflix was really, really, really good.
I mean, I saw
and I say really, really, really
Blade Runner.
Yeah.
He wasn't believable to me. Like not even close.
It's because your brain doesn't work right.
I mean, that's probably true.
There's you have a lot of preconceived notions that you can't get out of your brain. Like you can't wash, rinse, and then just move forward. You have to have things explained to you, and you have to have a set reason why this guy can go do this movie and then go do this movie.
Well, you can't be Barbie and then be Rambo. You can't do that.
Yes, you can.
No, it's against the law.
It's not. It's against the Tim law.
My law is the only one that matters.
Which is a dumb law.
But it's the only one that matters.
It's not.
Freaking Ryan Gosling.
If your law would exist, like for real, then Heath Ledger could have never been the Joker because he was also a gay cowboy.
Okay, well, he's not the Joker anymore. He didn't want to do it anymore.
He died, Tim.
Okay. That was a roundabout way of saying I don't want to be the Joker anymore.
No, I don't think no.
He went to great extremes because he didn't want to be Joker anymore.
He didn't take the Wile E. Coyote way out.
With a big crate that said Acme.
No. It's not what happened, Tim.
We don't know. We weren't there.
No. I'm sure that in the news reports that we read later, it would have been he jumped off a cliff, Wile E. Coyote style, tried to use his umbrella, but it didn't work. So he held up a sign that said "Yikes," and then fell into a crate full of Acme dynamite. I think that all would have been described, Tim.
Well, they just didn't want all that to get out. They want to give Acme a bad name. Kind of like when we had coronavirus, and then they made us stop calling it coronavirus because of Corona beer.
Nobody
had to call it COVID.
Nobody made us. Do you think that's what happened?
Yes, I absolutely think that's what happened.
You think that's what happened?
Yes, the Corona was like, can y'all just not? So everybody was like, well, I like Corona. Okay, yeah.
You think that Corona, the beer.
Why else would we stop calling it coronavirus after like a year? And then start calling it COVID-19?
I don't know.
I do know.
No, you don't.
See? You don't know. the greatest conversation ever.
I don't know how.
You can't be Mickey Mouse Club and Rambo.
You can, too. Just like you can be in the Mickey Mouse Club and then be in Playboy.
Okay, if he can do that, then we need a Britney Spears version of Barbed Wire.
Yeah, just go to her Instagram, dude.
With the knives?
You'll get there.
Oh, I'll go to her Instagram. You just wait.
You'll get there. She'll be half naked with the comments off and just flicking knives at her cats.
Am I the only one that can comment on her things? Is it set up like that?
No, nobody can comment
I
on
can
her.
comment on
you
her
you
things.
can't. It's always turned off.
I've been commenting on her things since she was 19. Maybe before.
That's the reason why every post from now on, Tim's just going to put, oops, I did it again.
Oops, I did it again. I played with your heart. Got lost in the game. Oh, baby, baby.
So that was your Colby Saps mystery shotgun.
Oh, we got to do the outro, don't we?
Yeah.
Which is a button that's somewhere over here.
Coming up next. By the way, we're going to have to update the mystery shotgun cover because a lot of those guys are now moved on to do different stuff.
Who?
Well, Robert Downey Jr. is no longer Iron Man. Henry Cavill's no longer Superman. Gal Gadot's no longer Wonder Woman. Renner got ran over by a snowblower or something.
But he lived.
Yeah.
There's WandaVision over there.
Black Widow's dead.
Where is she?
She's at the bottom.
Oh, next to Rocket?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and Chris, what's his face, isn't...
Well, he's going to be in Doomsday. Yeah,
Blacked in America.
Yeah. Thor's still there. There's a few that are still there, but...
I probably made this at the same time I made the calendar.
Yeah, so this is... There you go. All right, coming up next, we're probably just going to go straight into news and notes unless Tim really wants to ask about things you want instead of fingers.
No, but we can take a break.
Yeah, that's all coming up next on the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim Show.
Hello, sports fans. FanStream Sports.
Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com.
Hey, listeners, make sure you check out the brand new FanStream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7 day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Today's show is brought to you by Tom's Town, a premier craft distillery based in Kansas City, Missouri. Discover their award-winning lineup, including double oaked bourbon, botanical gin, and double grain vodka, named the best craft vodka by the readers of USA Today. Available for online delivery in 40 states. Visit toms-town.com or their Kansas City distillery to explore more. Elevate your game with Tom's Town, where history meets innovation. Please enjoy responsibly.
In 1993, Bob opened the original Bob's Steak and Chop House on Lemon Avenue. 32 years later, the original Bob still greets you at the original Bob's. And now his sparkling new Bob's at Craig Ranch has opened in McKinney. Same fantastic beef and fresh seafood at these two Bob's, each run by the Bob. Bob's Steak and Chop House.
Hi, golfers. IndyCar Tim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
Hello, folks. Let's talk a little bit about turf life. What is turf life? It's pretty much if your life involves turf in any way, shape, or form, you live the turf life. Go ahead and brand yourself with the turf life. Maybe a back window decal, maybe a hat. You know where you can get those kinds of things to showcase that your life revolves around sports and or anything that involves sports. If it's a sports business or sports education or just your enjoyment of the outdoors, head over to turflifeclub.com. Become a turf head. Join the club today. You can do that by going to that said website that I just told you to go to. You can snag your window decal like I was talking about, or any of your other turf life accessories. Show everybody that you live the turf life, and we'll see you there over there at that turflifeclub.com.
Coming back at you. Now, more Fan Stream Sports.
Welcome back to the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim Show as we scramble to get back from break, even though we didn't go anywhere.
No, we really didn't.
We literally didn't move.
Should probably sit back down because my camera's more adjusted.
I can fix your camera if you want to stand up.
I'm good.
Producing on the air. Producing the show. Welcome back to Fan Stream Sports. I'm IndyCar Tim. That over there is Colby Sapp.
Yep.
Right over there. Stupid. Live every Wednesday, 7 to 9 Central Time. And one of these days we'll shoot for a Monday.
Sure.
Or maybe another day. I don't know. It's just, work and schedules and life and
Right.
prostitutes and
That doesn't have anything involved with me. So I'll
murder hornets.
Yes.
Paige Sporonic.
Tarantula hawks.
OnlyFans.
That still doesn't have
all of it. I'm at my fans in my room. I got the ceiling one, the box one.
I only got fans in my room.
That's all I have is fans. I'm going to go through a little bit of this list, Colby.
Go do it.
I worked hard on this. I had to go all the way to ranker.com to find this list.
The chive.
This is the list of things, because this is all, for those of you that don't know, Ranker is where internet people like you, not like us because we're better than everyone, internet people like you can go and vote on stuff, right? Rank your own stuff.
Right. Which a lot of times I totally disagree with everything that they say.
That's why it's great. As opposed to the sister website, wanker.com, where you can do other stuff.
Right.
That's not this. That's the next show.
Where you're just a British jerk.
Colby, because some of these things,
Wanker.
And this is the things you'd want instead of fingers. So when I saw this, I was like, okay, well now I'm interested because
things you would want instead.
What would people want instead of fingers? And as I go through this list that people typed in that they want instead of fingers, I just wonder what state of mind sometimes human beings are in.
How much drugs were involved?
Yes.
Okay.
So we'll just blow through here pretty quick. Stop me if there's one that interests you that you agree with. There's 36, Colby.
Jesus.
Urkel dolls.
No. No.
Tamales.
Then you eat your fingers.
Pogs. Aren't those little circle things?
Yes.
I said it wouldn't look good on your hand.
No.
It might look good on my hand right now. Number 33, Colby. Decorative soaps.
But then what happens when you,
Wouldn't your food always taste like soap?
I'm more thinking about you're in the shower, and next thing you know, you don't have any fingers left after like a week.
They're all gone. How about number 32? Nose hair trimmers.
Now that'd make people that got into a fight look different.
At number 31, carrots. Again, these are things that people want instead of fingers. Carrots. Colby, number 30, guitars.
Like mini guitars?
Yes. What the hell, dude?
So you're using other guitars to play the guitars?
The guitars on the keys. 29 hot dogs.
Again, no.
No, it can't be a food, right?
It can't be a food. It can't be something that goes away. Can you imagine trying to grab, and yes, I have one right in front of me because I was playing it earlier on my phone.
Guitar?
No. Can you imagine trying to play a video game with hot dogs or tamales?
Like a flaccid penis on the end of your hand.
It'd just be flopping around.
That's what flaccid means. I think. That's what my dad told me. Number 28, glasses cleaners. So you can just reach up and...
Good for one thing.
And then you're done.
Good
what
for
if you
one
wear
thing?
contacts?
Then you clean your mirrors with them.
How about fruits by the feet?
Again, no food.
Cattails.
The plant?
I think the animal tail.
Okay, that'd be... would they be live? Like, could you move them like a cattail?
Sure, they're your fingers. Or maybe they move on their own.
Just like
the cat would move it and you can't control it?
Yeah, when you're aggravated, you just do this the whole time?
I don't know what this is. I think it's a plant. A Seguro cacti. Must be a cactus. I'm going to say no. You couldn't scratch your balls.
Or you'd scratch them real good.
Real good. Spider webs. No, because that wouldn't last. Peacock feathers.
No.
Rubber chickens.
Okay. Can you imagine a round of applause with rubber chickens as fingers?
What that would sound like?
Well, there's the squeaking rubber chickens, of course.
Yes. Colby, this is very specific. Scale models of the Eiffel Tower. What the hell, dude?
Again, get into a fight.
Combination DVD VHS players.
On each
one?
And how, like...
That got 58 votes. Colby, at number 19, I'm going to vote this one up right now. I just voted it up.
Okay.
34% of people agree with me. Penises.
Wait, is that including the chicks?
I don't know. It just says people. It doesn't segregate.
Yeah, but... All right, let me just go ahead and break this down for you, everybody. If you gave all the women in the world penises for fingers, I'm going to go ahead and let you know now. Not many of them would want anything to do with us ever again.
They don't need us anymore.
It's done.
Number 18, flash bulbs.
I do need to ask, though, does each single finger penis have the ability to create the semen?
Oh.
Because then what happens if...
That'd get messy.
Yeah, but here's the thing. So can you self-impregnate at that point? If you're
the girl?
Yeah.
And who would be the dad?
And well, they'd be the dad.
And the mom.
Yeah. So now are you making a clone or are you making some mutant thing?
If you're a man and you have finger penises, do you also have the other penis?
Are you talking about a vaginus?
And then are you gay? Because all of your penises are touching each other.
Well, are you talking about when you masturbate?
Yeah.
So you're wanking your wanker with a bunch of wankers?
With a bunch of other wankers. But they're your wankers too.
Right.
Not like it's another man's wanker. Huh. I'm going to think about that one. I might write a song.
So you can just go home and dock heads?
Yeah. Don't cross streams.
Right.
Colby, number 18, flash bulbs.
No.
17, licorice. No food. 16, lollipops. No food. 15, Cheetos.
No food.
14, mace.
Like
just...
Like a can of mace on each finger? Or
Yeah.
the actual mace, the medieval?
No, the cans of mace.
Okay.
73 votes for mace. Number 13 with 83 votes, electric eels.
Do you think you're going to get superpowers off of that?
Yes, you can be electric eel man. Number 11, no food, baguettes.
Yeah, you can't do food.
Number 11, Colby, this would have come in handy for you a long time ago, cigarette lighters.
It would. It would.
Number 10, and I can't picture this, but I'll try, tiny little men.
Like,
just each finger is a man
that talks and all that.
Like talk to each other. And what if you want them to be quiet? Just make a fist?
That would change the meaning to talk to the hand, wouldn't it?
Because the face don't want to hear it.
Well, there's a bunch of faces.
And number 9,
You
gummy
have to
worms.
send each finger to like a different doctor,
And dentist.
right?
That's a lot of little tiny teeth.
Your chosen profession is finger dentist.
What if you want to handle up on your private business with your hand of little tiny men? Then are you gay? Because they're no longer you. They're other men.
That other men that are a part
And
of
do
you.
they have little tiny penises?
Of course they do. They're little men.
They're going to get real familiar with each other. And are they clothed or are they all just naked like your fingers?
Depends on if you're wearing men gloves.
And do your men gloves have to have a little spot for the penis on the fingers where the fingers go?
Yeah, well, you need a separate pocket for the finger penis.
Number 9, gummy worms, no food.
Yeah,
Number 8, snakes. I'm out because I hate
like a
snakes.
live snakes, like
I guess like a Medusa hair.
like your Medusa hair. Now, do you control the snake fingers?
No. And do you turn to stone if you look at your fingers?
That was if you looked at Medusa in the eye.
I'm out. Number 7, USB drives.
Storage,
It's just store. At least it's practical, kind of.
right?
Number 6, this had to be a construction dude. Screwdrivers. I mean, that could come in handy if you're on
That
a job.
could,
Number 5, kitchen knives.
mini like your Edward Scissorhands.
I guess.
Okay,
Horrible movie, by the way.
wasn't bad at all.
Terrible. Had Winona Ryder in it. Number 4, tentacles.
Okay, that would work, especially for the dudes that are into tentacle porn. I
Yeah.
guess, and chicks
And chicks.
that are into tentacle porn.
Oh, we're in the top 3, Colby. Your top 3 laser pointers.
Get you in trouble at the airport.
Elder wand.
Okay.
Is that like a Harry Potter thing? I'm
Yeah.
guessing?
Magic.
Are they magic?
Yeah.
Okay, that's also practical. And Colby, the number one thing that everybody on Ranker with 201 votes that people would rather have on the internet than fingers, lightning bolts.
Like
Palpatine?
Yeah, but it's just they're connected all the time.
Yeah, they're just always there.
I mean, but if everybody had them, see, this is the thing. Are you just replacing your fingers with it, or do everybody have them? Because if everybody has
it's just you.
If it's just you, then I could see that being something that, now nobody can F with you because you literally have the control of lightning at your fingertips because they are your fingertips.
Yeah.
So I could see that. Definitely could.
Huh. So there you go.
I'm thinking, though, if I'm going to replace my fingers with anything, I think what I'd want is replace each fingertip with a mini hand. So
Just with more little fingers.
so each fingertip could pick up my keys, just
Separately.
Yeah.
All right. But they would be there all the time whether you needed them or not.
Right. Now, that'd be horrible if you got a little broken finger. That'd suck.
Be like breaking a nail.
Right. But can you imagine the advantage of having many hands?
Like little suction cups.
At your... That'd be kind of cool.
I kind of like my fingers. I'd rather just have fingers.
Just think of how many different... now you can, your thumb has a mini hand on it, so now your thumb can, hit, multiple buttons at the same time and control them.
Colby takes it back to gaming.
That's
Can
right.
you imagine what
Cool.
game controllers would look like and be designed for if you had other little hands coming off of your fingers?
They'd be intense.
You could have all the controls on the back, on the front, on the top.
It'd finally have a reason for people to be PC gamers because of all the buttons.
I thought you could use regular controllers on PCs.
You can. But
It's not just Atari joysticks. I
no,
used to
a
have?
lot of people just use the keyboard mouse, though.
Oh, okay. I see. And I could never do that.
So there's that.
You know who would do something like that? Heath Ledger.
Okay, I don't know how we got into the besmirching of Heath Ledger, but still.
And Ryan Gosling. Who's the other Ryan Gosling that I always get them? They think they're the same.
I don't know who you're talking about.
I always get them confused. He's got a sister.
Oh, Mysterio.
Was that not Ryan Gosling?
No, that wasn't Ryan Gosling.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal.
Is that it? Okay,
Yes.
yeah. They're the same person to me.
They're not the same person.
I think they're the same person.
You could not last a day in Jake Gyllenhaal's world. That's for sure.
He's a gay cowboy.
He's amazing dude.
Was he the third wheel in the gay cowboy movie?
He was not the third. I don't know. I never watched the movie.
I was testing you to make sure. All right, Colby, let's do. I'm not in any hurry. Let's do some of this.
I'll give you one story for News and Notes. News and Notes is where I search the World Wide Web for the weird.
Internets.
And by God, I found it. Let's go to Florida because Florida's America's Wang. Actually going to Blair County.
Blair.
And the Smokers Express store. The reason why we're going there is because 18-year-old Thomas Talbert is accused of robbing the shop at gunpoint. The reason why I'm bringing this gentleman up is because he robbed the shop at gunpoint using an airsoft gun. He left stealing a couple of $100 and some vape gear.
Oh, Lord.
He left robbing the place with an airsoft gun, of vape gear and money. He left fleeing on an e-bike.
An e-bike. That was his grand plan.
Yes. So I just want to note how updated douchey this is. He robbed a vape store with an airsoft gun, fled on his e-bike. I mean, if this was not douchey future guy related, then it ended up being like he robbed the hovering skateboard shop with his self-tying shoes and made his way away from it in his DeLorean. This is just, if you had a reason to hate Vape Guy, it was Vape Guy on an e-bike.
Yeah.
For you old school guys. I can understand that you guys that are with it and all that, and you've got an e-bike and you have your vape, and I'm going to tell you, if I still smoked and the thing was I had to switch to vaping, I couldn't, and I'll tell you why real quick. I can't imagine waking up in the morning, pouring my cup of coffee, and having with it the strawberry swirl vape that's supposed to go with my coffee.
I don't get it.
I can't do it.
I don't get it.
I can't. If they ever made a vape that tasted exactly like a cigarette, I think I could have done that. But there's no way to. Also, if I could have set the vape on fire and smoked it.
Vapes are more expensive than smoking.
Yes.
These days. I mean, I got friends that do that, and every time we go out, they're like, I got to go get a new vape, and they go to the stupid vape store, and they're, oh, man, this was on sale for $60. And I'm like, well, how long can you use it? Like a week? I'm like, just smoke and get cancer and die at this point. What's the point?
That's actually, right now, that's probably cheaper than like a good carton of cigarettes.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know anything.
Yeah. I mean, back when I was smoking, the cheapest cigarettes I could get were like $40 or $50 for a carton. So I'm sure they've gone up by now. So.
Jeez.
There's that. And there it is, everybody. That's News and Notes, everybody.
Thank you, Colby, for that abbreviated News and Notes. I'm sorry that I beat everybody down with what people would rather have than fingers.
It's all good.
But we will have more News and Notes and lots of other stuff next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Time, right here on the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim Show on FanStream Sports. Until then, boys and girls, we'll see ya.